Agency, the granting of satisfying power to take meaningful action and see the results of our decisions and choices. Video games are built upon the foundation of choice, with this coinciding with the inherent interactive nature of the medium. The idea of choice and the distinction of what the player can and cannot do centers upon the concept of agency within a video game. Agency is embedded within video games, and like the medium itself, it has developed and grown to not only involve the player on a physical level through input, but on an emotional level as well. To explore the idea of choice and agency within video games, three titles will be analyzed, these being Doom, Mass Effect 3, and Fallout 4, based on how they implement and engineer agency within the game world. Doom itself is an example of early concepts and implementation of agency, and like every game, it is underlined by player choice. The premise of the game is simple: the player must guide the character through maze-like corridors, shooting any creature he meets. The agency and choice in Doom is found within how the player combats a situation, determining their movement in the three-dimensional space and how to approach the next room. The interaction of the player is purely on a physical level, with the only attachment to the game being engineered by the incentive of clearing the room and ending the level in the best way possible. The meaningful action and results of one's decisions is signified by the score at the end, with the player's connection to the game world simply being the temporary satisfaction of annihilating a room full of enemies, satisfaction soon forgotten as the next level is explored. Within this, it can be ascertained that agency in Doom is one bound by strict rules and environments, as the only real choice given to the player is how they move about the game world. However, as the idea of choice is explored, the connection of the player to the game has driven exploration in agency and a breakdown of the set environment, with this being found in Bioware's Mass Effect 3. The agency underlying Doom is prevalent in Mass Effect through its general combat, but extends the idea of player choice through the use of character customization, a dialogue wheel, and a branching narrative, with the decisions made showing immediate impact through the way a situation is combated, while lasting and extended impact through the dialogue choices and relationships created with other characters. This development of agency is heightened by the interactive nature of the medium, with the player being given the power of choice over how the narrative develops, and to an extent the development of the game world itself. This in turn draws upon more than just the input of the player, but the player's personality and ideologies as well, connecting the player to the game on an emotional level, for as the game events unfold through play in real time, the player is not only immersed in but is also responsible for the on-screen events. It is the engineering of agency through emotional incentives that strengthens this connection and truly employs the idea of agency, with satisfying power over the narrative and the involvement of extensive and impactful moments garnered by the player's choices. However, the player is only ever given choice and is unable to design and truly manipulate the game. Fallout 4 expands upon the aspect of agency by providing an open-world experience within an extensive environment, giving the player near complete freedom on how they move about the space of the virtual world, with the most significant factor being the player's freedom in environment manipulation through mod support. For gamers, especially those with enough knowledge to mod, have complete agency. Gamers are the ultimate agents in their interaction with this technology. The game itself opens up multiple pathways on how the player designs the game world, whether it is on a standard level through accessible design tools or on a more experienced level by modifying the rules of the game, essentially engineering their own agency. This in turn defines the ideology of agency, for it is the player who designs the power of a meaningful action and the results. However, this ability to modify the world is still in the confines of the rules of the game. Everything that can or does happen is still within the parameters of the game. It is not possible to escape the meta rules for technology itself. Throughout these games, it is evident that the player's interaction with the game and the agency of video games has evolved exponentially. Players are no longer assuming the role of the unknown soldier. They are you, created by you, and defined by your choices. Not only this, the world itself is molded by those choices, drawing not only upon physical input but the emotional drive behind it.